This episode is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Ewan McGregor stars as Count Alexander Rostov in A Gentleman in Moscow, the new limited series based on the best-selling novel. Stream it on March 29th with the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan. Visit ParamountPlus.com to try it free.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. This is your host, Debbie. Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. I'm your host, Debbie, and today we have a very special guest here in the studio. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah, and this year I'm the curator of the VIP dinner at ROOTSTOCK, a Texas wine festival.
Ooh. Well, thank you so much for being here today. You are actually a veteran on the show. You've come on in multiple capacities, and last year we were here to talk about ROOTSTOCK, and we're back. We're back and bigger than ever before, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So we do have some updates and some changes this year, so we're so excited to share about it. When is it all going down? Tell me all the details.
So this year, ROOTSTOCK will be held on Saturday, April 20th from 2 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. And we've changed venues this year.
Oh my gosh, so exciting.
So exciting. Yes. It's being held at the Earl Harrison House and Pape Gardens. So if you've never been there.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. I got to go to a wedding there 2 years ago and I was in love.
It's one of those places where you walk in, you're like, okay, yeah, what's this about? But then you get there, that garden area, guys. Like, it's magical. I just felt like,
yay,
I'm at a garden. Like, garden
Drinking
party.
Wine in a fairy garden.
Exactly.
What's better than that?
But yeah, April 20th, 2 p.m. to 6:30.
Amazing.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yes. And of course, it is all Texas wines.
All Texas wines.
This year, you guys have sparkling wines? Is that what I heard?
So we kind of like tightened up our theme. So we've done ROOTSTOCK since 2016.
Wow.
Slight pause.
Coming up on almost 10 years.
Yeah.
That's
insane.
So exciting.
It is so exciting. But yeah, for this year, we actually, the whole thing was to make it a little bit more niche. So everything is focused on sparkling Texas wine this year. And whether you're a fan of Texas wine or sparkling wine or not, in Texas right now, the sparkling wine movement is just like exploding.
Wow.
There's more and more wineries making sparkling wine, which I love. I love sparkling wine. But yeah, that's going to be the focus during the daytime festival.
Amazing.
And then when you get your tickets at rootstockwinefest.com, you have the option to also get a VIP ticket instead, which would get you access to the whole festival. And then afterwards, we're doing a big VIP dinner, which will be 5 courses. The Olive Branch, shout out Olive Branch, is doing the 5 courses for us. And then we're doing Texas wine pairings with the dinner. And I will say for the dinner, there's 1 sparkling wine, but the rest are more like a white wine. There's, I think, 3 red wines this time. And yeah, we're really excited.
Amazing. And how much wine can we expect? How many wineries are going to be there?
Oh, man. So there will be 12 wineries there. So when you get your ticket, you get tastings. You get 12 tickets for your tastings. Wow. So each winery, here's the thing. Each winery is bringing more than 1 sparkling wine.
Oh.
Yeah. So like, say you go through your tickets, you can keep getting wine. I will not stop you. I wouldn't personally, I'm going to try everything.
So all the wine, yes.
All the wine. Yeah. We're super excited. 12 wineries this year. We'll have a few nice chefs on site as well, doing some, selling food if anyone's hungry. Music is super exciting this year. Yes. So instead of having, kind of like back to back, just all day, there's so much music, what's happening? We tightened that time frame as well since the festival's starting later. And from 4 p.m. until 6 p.m., Thomas Chorba is playing, guys.
Oh my gosh.
So exciting. Yeah. And I think the stage area, if you've ever been to the gardens, will be under that like little pergola pavilion. Yeah, I'm so excited.
That'll be beautiful. Yeah. And that's fantastic. So is this open for just wine connoisseurs? Is it open for everybody?
I think it's open for everyone. So ROOTSTOCK historically is one of those festivals. It's for true Texas wine enthusiasts. Like that's our crowd. Like our 2 sponsors, shout out our sponsors. There's Shelley Wilfong from This Is Texas Wine, like the best Texas wine podcast out there.
Ever.
So good. And she's from Waco,
Mm-hmm.
which is great. And then there's also Texas Wine Lover, who they have like a blog and an app and a really great social media presence. And they're our other sponsor this year. So they're all about Texas wine. But it's one of those things where I feel like even if you know nothing about Texas wine, or like I said, if you're like, I think I like sparkling wine, but like, we'll see. Come out and hang out at a beautiful place, listen to some great music, eat some great food, and try a bunch of different wines. Because I mean, I'm telling you, out of 12 different wineries, so that's so many different sparkling wines. Like, yeah, everything's going to taste different. It's going to be so much fun.
I love
Bubbles
that.
are festive.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to rain. It's going to be a beautiful day
Don't even
in
say
April.
that. Don't even putting that out there.
The weather will be
It's going to be
perfect.
beautiful. It's going to be amazing. With that, would you like to explain the difference between what a sparkling wine is versus like a white wine or red wine?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have some wine on our table today as well. I actually brought the Nara Cabernet Sauvignon from Nara Vineyards, made by Valley Mills Vineyards. And this is actually one of the wines we'll be serving at the VIP dinner.
It smells divine.
It's so good. Like black cherries. I love this wine so much.
I'm obsessed.
So this is what's considered a still wine, meaning there's no bubbles. You know, don't see any bubbles here. It's still. A sparkling wine means it's bubbly. Think champagne, cava, prosecco, lambrusco, anything in that realm. Pet Nat, which is having a whole huge movement in Texas as well. Yeah, something with carbonation, bubbly, bubbles.
And that makes it easy. And so there's your little lessons. Now you know. But this is going to be an amazing event, and it really is an opportunity for a community to come together.
Definitely.
With that, what is something you're looking forward to most about the event?
I'm so excited about the location. I keep saying it, but like, it's just so beautiful there. When we went to tour it, I stayed after to take a few photos, and then I realized, I've been here for like an hour. It's such a really peaceful place. And one of the cool things that happened while we were touring it as well, we're walking, we're planning, we're very serious, like, okay, this can go here and this can go here. And then I hear a lion. It's across from the zoo.
Yeah, it's right behind.
I jumped and was like, what's happening? Then I realized, oh my gosh, it's like basically in Cameron Park.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. And then I'm just a huge fan of sparkling wine. And, you know, I also work at a Texas winery. So I'm a big fan of Texas wine and all the cool stuff that everyone's doing these days. Everyone's really like pushing that envelope and saying, you know, what can we make now? What's new and different and fun and festive? And yeah, sparkling wine is having its moment for sure in Texas.
Amazing.
And I can't wait.
Yes, I can't wait. Well, one more time, give us the when, where, and why.
Yeah. Saturday, April 20th, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Earl Harrison House and Pape Gardens here in Waco. And you can get your tickets at ROOTSTOCKWinefest.com.
All right, perfect. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. And now for a word from our sponsors. And now back to the episode. And we're back. So we're just wrapping up talking about this amazing event that's going to be happening coming up in April that you definitely don't want to miss out on. We are so glad you're here today and that this event is going to be happening here in Waco, which is beautiful. Why do you think it's so important that this is happening in Waco right now?
I think it's so important because Waco is the perfect location in Texas. You're not that far from Austin. You're not that far from Dallas. You're really not even that far from Houston, San Antonio, any of the much larger cities. And we have this little place in town called Magnolia, if you've heard of it.
Never heard of it. Oh no.
And honestly, so when I work at the winery on the weekends, we do get so many tourists in from all over for all different reasons. And whenever people get to Waco, they might, check off a few things on their list and they're like, oh, okay, but like what else is happening? And sometimes when you travel, you don't know what's happening until you're there. So anyone that's even just in town that weekend, when they're like, what's on the calendar? What's happening? A wine festival with sparkling wine? What?
I'm so excited.
I just think it's the best. Like it's one of those festivals. Joey and I, the festival director, were talking. If we were looking up things to do say, oh, I'm going out of town, or hey, I have this weekend off. What can I do? And we saw a wine festival that's focused on sparkling wines. Like,
I'd
sign
be
me up
there.
immediately.
Yeah, immediately.
VIP.
No question.
Let's do it.
That's it. And of course, I know we're here to talk about ROOTSTOCK, but I of course want to shout you guys out. You guys are doing an amazing job.
Thanks.
So tell me about Valley Mills Vineyards. Tell me all the things.
So I have been with Valley Mills Vineyards almost 4.5 years.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
I was going to say, it feels like it hasn't been that long.
I know, truly. I'm the tasting room manager there and the event coordinator. So events,
You're
all the fancy dinners. I'm the all like the front of house people, all the things. But I do tell folks too, I love our wine so much. Like, I really stand behind our product, and I wouldn't have thought about being here that long if I felt otherwise.
Yeah.
Like, it's something I believe in, and I buy our wine. Like, I buy our wine.
It already. Brought it with you.
Yeah, our wine is fantastic. We're very transparent in the whole process of winemaking too. Like, you can always go online, valleymillsvineyards.com, and book a tour, book a tasting, and we'll just walk you through everything. Like, we like sharing our experience with everyone else.
I love that.
Because in Waco too, there really are not many wineries and vineyards kind of like all
I was
together.
Gonna say, people don't normally think of Waco when they think of vineyards. You think Fredericksburg, you think Dallas, you think Austin.
Yeah.
But I think being here in Waco is so special.
I think so too. It's a special place. It's great.
I love that. And what was something you would like to see more of in Waco? Obviously more wine festivals, but
obviously more wine. Yeah, I want to go to a wine festival. I don't want to work at one.
If you want it, you got to do it.
Honestly, so one of the main things I do, well, I shouldn't say main thing. One of my favorite things that I do at my job, and of course at ROOTSTOCK, this will be my 3rd year doing the VIP dinner at ROOTSTOCK, which is wild also. But for me, the special language and translation of a food and a wine pairing, that marriage together, is really, really special to me. So I would like to see maybe more of like a curated wine dinner dining experience. I mean, ours is great. Come to ours. Be a wine club member. Come to ours. I'm amazing. But kind of that thing again, where it's like on a different level, like, I want to be able to go somewhere and enjoy it and like take notes and really just be immersed in everything, like the tastes, the plating, the colors, like. Yeah, that's special to me.
I love that. And again, we're so excited. Olive Branch is fantastic. So we definitely have to give them a shout out because it's going to be amazing.
I used to say I want more places with oysters in town, but we're getting 2 right now.
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting, what is it, opals? And then
I don't know the other.
Red Herring, Hotel Herringbone.
They just they did their soft launch. Shout out to them. We're maybe gonna have them on the podcast coming soon.
I've heard they're having oysters and like good seafood.
Okay. Well, and I know
Fishy
Grill's trying.
They're trying.
They have it sometimes. So they do them occasionally when they're fresh.
Yes.
But that's absolutely, and what's better than pairing with wine than oysters?
I know.
So.
I'm the person that will drive to Austin and sit at Clark's or Perla's.
I'm not an oyster gal.
I'll drive and just sit there for 2 hours and eat oysters and drink champagne.
We just got back from Seattle and it was just Oyster Central. They were doing oyster shots in Pike Market, the whole 9 yards. And I was like, okay, you guys have fun with that.
That's amazing.
But this sounds like an amazing community event where people are going to be able to come together. And again, your roster is amazing. So who all do you have coming? I know there's a whole list. So I want to make sure that we give everybody a moment and let everybody know.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Valley Mills Vineyards, Sandy Road Vineyards, Elisa Christopher Wines, Portree Cellars, High Meadow Winery, the Austin Winery, McPherson Cellars, Hidden Hanger Winery, St. Tryphon Vineyards, Farmhouse Vineyards, and Pedernales Cellars.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
And it sounds like you already shout out some of your amazing sponsors, but is there anybody else you want to shout out that's helped make this festival and this idea of reality?
Oh man, I do want to shout out our main sponsors again. So there's Texas Wine Lover. They're amazing. They'll be at the VIP dinner too. They're ready to like write a whole article. Like They get so excited every year. They were one of those that after the festival last year, within like a month, they're like, okay, when's the next one? So many people
on the calendar.
So many people last year were like, that was great. When's the next one? And we're just like,
chill.
Give us a little bit of time.
We have a whole year to
regroup.
It's like in the Night Before Christmas where they're like only 365 days left. We gotta start planning.
Yeah. And then, of course, Shelley Wilfong for This is Texas Wine, her amazing podcast. Shout out. Always does such a great job. Really shining light on all the Texas wineries that are doing something cool in the state too. But yeah, it is funny because after last year, we were actually like, man, the festival was great. Like, we'll think about next year
What's
when we
next?
get to. But our email kept getting flooded. When is ROOTSTOCK? When is ROOTSTOCK? And then people were coming into the winery. Sarah, when is ROOTSTOCK? And I was like, Joey,
I'm not ready.
But we got it all going, and
yay.
Yeah, we're really excited this year.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, again, we're so glad you're here. Of course, now plug yourself, plug all the social media where we can get tickets, all the things.
Yes. So rootstockwinefest.com, grab your tickets. I will tell you, there's a little discount code.
If you'd
if you will. So kind of hand in hand with my podcast, Somm of Our Thoughts that I do with Carter. We talk about wine. We do a vinyl pairing. We do a music pairing. Vinyl food pairing. What do I do? And we have a discount code that's Somm Thoughts. I'm going to spell it out for you.
I know.
It's funny.
It is.
SOMMTHOTS.
Yay.
Is our discount code this year.
So exciting.
So if you want 10% off that ticket, go to the Rootstock Winefest website, type in Somm Thoughts, SOMMTHOTS, get your 10% off. We appreciate you for it. But yeah, and then Rootstock is on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're out there.
Posting, getting all the information out, doing a great job, seeing on the Instagrams.
We're excited.
Checking it out. Slide in those DMs, of course.
Slide in the DMs, please. Always slide in the DMs. We will respond.
Yes, of course. And then, of course, I want to give you a moment to also promote yourself, promote your podcast. You can find out where you can find more about you, Sarah.
Absolutely. So, Somm of Our Thoughts, spelled normally. Somm of Our Thoughts is the podcast that Carter and I have, my dear, dear friend. And yeah, we record weekly. The show comes out every other week, wherever you get your podcasts. Rogue Media Network, shout out. Amazing, making all of this happen.
Right
as we sit on the 21st floor in the Alico. Like, what a dream.
I know, right?
Crazy. What a dream. But yeah, so Carter and I are both level 2 sommeliers. So she manages the wine shop here in town. I manage Valley Mills Vineyards. We both just have this really fiery, happy, amazing passion for wine and food and music. So,
all the things.
Yeah. Had to start a podcast. Why not?
And then you get to come on more podcasts.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's been great. And yeah, follow our show.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
Perfect. And is there anything else you want to share with our listeners today? Time for your soapbox moment with the community, your heart to heart.
I just want everyone to come to the festival.
Okay. We could do it.
Truly though, like, it's one of those things. I'm going to have so much fun regardless because the wine's going to be amazing. The food's going to be amazing. The music, the garden. I just can't stop thinking about the garden. Like, I'll be there regardless. So come hang out with me. Buy a ticket. Come hang out. Drink some bubbles. And with this festival too, I do like to tell people we are one of those rare festivals where our like goal in mind is for the wineries to sell their wine. Like, we're not asking them, hey, can you come to our festival and just like pour everything for free and like you go home with nothing, you drive all this way. No, we're like so generous. We love the other Texas wineries. So yeah, we're like, hey, we want to invite you out to sell your bottles. Like, we want people to taste what you have and then like go home with a case of wine. Like,
I love that.
Yeah, we really
bring your
push the
6-packs ready.
Yeah. And we have like little wine carriers if you want one, but if you need
pros
more,
that, like, bring their own. That have like the little insulated ones. I'm like, you're a pro. I want to be like you when I grow up.
They know. Yeah.
Well, thank you again so much for your time. We're so glad you came on, and we're looking forward to the event.
Me too.
It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
April 20th.
Thank you, Debbie. This is great.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yes.
Ding.
I didn't want to break. All right. Find us everywhere on all social media platforms, KNOW_Waco. Check us out at roguemedianetwork.com, and we're on YouTube under Rogue Media Network. Check out nowaco.com.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.